yesterday I talked about you're not your thoughts. I shared how quite often it's easy to get caught up in the belief that we are our thoughts, right? So quite often it's easy to get caught up in that belief that we are our thoughts. Now our thoughts may be running and thinking about a million things a minute. What's coming in the future, what's happened in the past. It's easy, like I said at this time, to lose sight of that peaceful, tranquil place within ourselves because there is so much going on. And so we believe that we're our thoughts, and we begin to act from that fearful place of the future, or that anxious place of the future, or we focus on things that have happened in the past, and our mind wanders and we're taken away from the present moment, which is the only place where we can find sanctuary. So yesterday I talked a lot about how do we remind ourselves throughout our day that we're not our thoughts. In fact, if we go beyond our thoughts, we're this infinite, unchangeable awareness. We're this space that I would refer to as the I am, the I beyond the thoughts, the place, the awareness that can observe our thoughts. And this this concept was so foreign to me years and years ago. But over time, through meditation, through being present, through listening to some incredible teachers, I've come to the realization that, wow, we aren't our thoughts. In fact, we are something much more incredible, something much more infinite in its nature that has this capability to always live in a state of peace. But it's our thoughts that take us away from that. It's the noise of the world that we react to and then believe that reaction to be us. And so we often feel guilty if we show up in a way, or we get triggered, or we behave in a certain way in a certain circumstance. And then we get caught up in more thought. And before you know it, we're entangled in thoughts. We're entangled in our thoughts, and we're no longer connected, or we're no longer remembering the truth of our nature, which is that awareness beyond the thought, which is that space beyond thought, which some describe as consciousness, or God, or universe, or innate intelligence, or as Eckhart Tolle describes it, as being. Right? That's our truth of our nature. That is the essence of who we are, and that can never be lost, as I said yesterday. As we come into this world as a baby, we are pure awareness, or the closest thing to it. And then we get conditioned through our life. We get experiences. We receive beliefs, both, through the individuals and the people who surround us in our childhood, but also from society. And at the moment, when there's so much noise, we're getting compounded with this belief that the world is a terrible place to live. We're getting compounded with this belief that the world is made of separation, made of duality. The beautiful thing beyond those thoughts is this unchangeable awareness, this consciousness, which is in you and is in everyone else on this life and is also in me. This energy that runs through everything and everyone is always present. And what's beautiful about that is it means that there is no separation, there is no right or wrong in that space. And when we remind ourselves of that, that's where we find peace. Because we realize that all of that information we're receiving from the external, as negative as it appears, it can never change that awareness, that consciousness that runs through us all. And therefore it can never change the deep connection that we are part of. That we're all part of and that we're all made of. And for me, that's a beautiful thing to remember every day.